Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for One Piece Chapter 985. When we last left our heroes, Luffy was fighting Yamato, because he didn't want to listen to what he had to say. But eventually Yamato dragged Luffy away to an attic, and explained that at the very least, Yamato's exact nature with his gender is a little bit unclear. But I think it said use he pronouns for Yamato, was born a woman, but uses masculine terms because he's just obsessed with Odin. He wants to be Odin. And because Odin was a man, Yamato must then be a man. Meanwhile, Kaido at Momonosuke's execution announces something called the New Onigashima Project, which I reckon is going to be a big thing in this chapter, both because of its chapter title and because this little blurb Shonen Jump sent out about the speech Kaido makes that will change the world. So yeah, let's kind of... Also, we saw the Scabbards and Law made it to Onigashima, where they ran into Marco and Nekomamushi and Izo. Marco, by the way, went out to go check something on the sea that I'm predicting is going to be Perospero again. Maybe? We'll see. I don't know. As always, a lot of stuff happened last time, so let's jump right on into this chapter. We have a color spread here of Luffy and Law. Luffy and Law on a rainbow bird looking thing. Sorry, my app is loading really slowly. There we go. Kid's also there on a parakeet. The stupid manga reader is doing the same dumb thing where it does not put two-page spreads together, so everything is still garbage, but whatever, it's what we got. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, chapter 985, New Onigashima Project. We open at Onigashima, the rear entrance, the same place where we left the Scabbards and Izo and Neko. I knew you would come. Whoa, they're really here. Yeah. Oh, this is... Okay. It's Kanjuro and his, cronies who have come to fight the Scabbards. Yeah. We may not have found traces of samurai infiltration, but it was impossible to think you wouldn't show up. After all, I know better than anyone how persistent you are. Kanjuro. That's, we don't know exactly who's saying that, but it's one of our guys. And Kanjuro with, his whole, squad behind him. Once again, the two-page spread here is not helped out with this fucking manga reader format, Shueisha. I don't know what the fuck your problem is. Anyway, Kanjuro, you will not be raiding us today. One of his henchmen, hey, I know these guys. I saw them at the boiling 20 years ago. And then we see... Oh, these are some of... So, because Izo says samurai warriors with their heads cut off. Very artful of you. And I was wondering how that happens, but it's because his art powers. I forgot that we suddenly learned he was actually a good artist the whole time. Also, I'm just, looking here, and we see, looking at the Scabbards, and we see Izo and Kiku, who are both, very tall, compared to, the normal humans, but surrounded by Raizo and, what's the Kappa's name? Kamamatsu, and Ashura Doji, and, Inuarashi, and Nokomamushi. They just look so small compared to the five of them. It's really funny. Anyway... They even look like you, don't they? This is back to Kanjuro. So, Izo, you've returned. Just so you can lose in battle? And Raizo snaps at him. Well, we have not lost our heads. Release Lord Momonosuke at once. Oh, he resisted as best he could. He was desperate not to be a burden upon you. He found a dagger at some point and used it to free himself. Of course, he could not actually escape, but he cut my palm in the attempt. And I did not take kindly to it. And we see him, beating on Momonosuke, for his offense, which causes, Kiku to put her hands to her mouth, tearing up. Lord Momonosuke! I punished him, but only enough to knock him unconscious. To my surprise, however, the boy still lives, and Kawamatsu just listens to this silently. I suppose that must be Odin's blood, but his suffering will ease soon. As we speak on the stage inside, they are about to carry out Momonosuke's public execution. And Orochi is just, like, tuning out this whole conversation. And he notices, like, Nekomamushi's new gun hand? What's with your Gara hand? Nifty, eh? It's nice. Ka-ka-ka. And Kanjuro just continuing on ignoring them. Ka-ka-ka-ka. All we have to do is buy some extra time. In just a few minutes, the history of the Kozuki clan will officially end. And Kiku puts down the visor of her helmet and readies her blade at Kanjuro. So I don't know if it's doing this right after my Fire Force video, but I'm getting a little sore. Anyway, she readies her blade at Kanjuro. You may shut your mouth now, Kanjuro. The wounds this one's katana leaves do not vanish in the afterlife. Like snow that remains into the spring, they will continue to torment your soul for eternity. And Kanjuro snaps at her. Then show me, Kiku! And Kiku lunges for Kanjuro. And then Kawamatsu, Ashirodoji, and Nekomamushi all get ready to join the fight, as does Izo. Let's get going! Ready! And then Kanjuro's soldiers go to meet them. And Kiku and Kanjuro lock weapons, sword to paintbrush. And the two of them just glare at each other. Meanwhile, back in the side fight, Nekomamushi turns to Orochi. What's with your Gara leg, huh? I use 2 swords now. When did he lose his leg? I don't remember either of them losing their limbs. Given the fact they don't know each other, they don't know that this has happened, it must have been recent, right? Like, post-Zo. I just don't remember this happening at all. But we see that he has, like, a sword for a leg, Orochi dies. Which is that I use 2 swords now. Maybe they already had the lost limbs and they just replaced them with new weapons, question mark? I don't remember, genuinely. Morale. Not bad. Now we kind of... That actually, by the way, at like 7 or 8 pages, might be our longest continuous scene in months. Which is kind of the problem I've been having with One Piece lately, is that it does not let any scene gain momentum. I might talk about that at the end of this chapter, we'll see. But anyway, we cut to inside the castle. Hey, Kaido's speech is starting. Put on the visual transponder, Snail. And then we go back to the attic, where Yamato and Luffy are. And Yamato says to him, so speaking as Kozuki Odin, I follow the proper logic that says, as Ace's brother, you should be giving me a ride on your ship. And hold on. So he's just decided that because he is Odin, he's just like unilaterally said, I am Odin, and therefore everything owed to Odin is owed to me. And so because your brother and I, the Odin, were on the same crew, though admittedly at different times, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, definitely sure. You must help me out, Luffy. And Luffy has no time for that. Now, hang on. Kozuki Odin's a guy that everyone loves. There's no way you can be Odin. Okay, fine. Maybe you're more Odin than me. What does that mean, I'm more Odin? How can... And Yamato points out his, like, shackled hands. How can I be Odin and not be free? It's because of these shackles. And how... Has he been shackled this whole time? Did I not notice that? I wanted to go to sea with Ace and his friends so badly, but I've been imprisoned on this island since the age of 8. Those are prison shackles? And Luffy kind of like walks up behind him. That's right. They will explode if I leave the island. To be honest, it could all be a lie. I mean, what father would blow up his own child? But just imagining the possibility that it's true keeps me wrapped here with fear. I know what my father is like. And Luffy looks at him. Want me to take him off? Huh? Listen, do you really want to fight on our side? It'll mean seeing me whoop Kaido right before your eyes. And Yamato turns back to him. I wish that I could do the same. Do you know how many times he's beaten me since childhood? Every time I challenged him, he ensured I paid a price. And Luffy walked up to him then. Fine, I'll take those off. You don't understand. These have kept me trapped here for 20 years without... And Luffy snaps at him. Oh no, that's not Luffy. That's Kaido's speech. It's been 2 years since Whitebeard's Paramount War. Hey, they're projecting the speech from the stage. This is below the attic space where they're in. And so we now cut to the speech, and finally the world is churned into motion. Sorry, I was like finding my Kaido voice there. The 7 warlords were not disbanded because of some mad whim of the government. It is a sign of confidence that Navy headquarters is a new force capable of stopping us. We see Luffy and Yamato like peeking through a crack in the ceiling to watch the speech. But while the world government grows arrogant, we have decided to join hands with the Big Mom pirates to seize the greatest power in this world, the ancient weapons. Which, if I recall correctly, so I know we know one of them is Shirahoshi, and one of them is in Alabasta, but I don't think we ever actually saw it during Alabasta. It's been a couple of years since I read that arc, but I'm pretty sure we never actually saw Pluton. Right, Pluton was the weapon in Alabasta. Those crocodiles' whole goal, and also kind of Robin's. And then the other one we just don't know yet. So yeah, they're after the ancient weapons. That kind of solidifies what they're going for here. In other words, we see there's like a zap of explosion, and like the random beast pirates are like looking on in terror, and we see it's because Big Mom has just entered the room. I can't tell if doesn't seem to be in the same room as. Oh no, it's like below the level where Kaido's at. And yeah, Captain the Big Mom Pirates, Olin the Oiron, bounty 4.388 billion, which we seen that before? Anyway, Big Mom enters with a host of new homies that she's picked up from around the brothel. Did I hear you calling my name, Kaido? It's Big Mom! And they all kind of run away from her. She's terrifying up close, so that's the world's most powerful hag. And we see also that off-screen, because of course it was off-screen, she seems to have beaten Nami and Carrot, and probably Shinobu as well. Nami on the floor just kind of weakly calls out, Zeus, and Robin and Jinbei notice them. Nami? And Kaido calls down to her, took you long enough, Lin, but I'm still in time, aren't I? Mama, don't be a stickler. If we bicker and fight, it'll stay out of reach. But when we join sides, we pull it within range. And Kaido calls out to the rest of the crew, listen up, people. We're putting our weight into the piracy business. At long last, and the two of them at once, we're going to claim the One Piece. Ooh, okay. Someone's making a direct claim for the One Piece. Which, with all the talk of One Piece ending in 5 years, and knowing Oda's famously slow pacing, this might be moving into endgame times. I mean, in very slow One Piece terms, but still endgame times. Anyway, the crowd cheers, yeah! The existence of the ancient weapons will bring fear and war to humanity. Prepare yourselves, for that is the world of violence that we seek. And everyone, including Big Mom, cheers from the ground floor. And Orochi is kind of listening to all this. Well, isn't this something? And there's a bit of a pause before Kaido continues, which raises a question. We see Yamato and Luffy's commentary. Yamato thinks to himself, the One Piece. Luffy kind of huffs, hey, that's what I'm gonna get. Followers of Orochi, you must now choose. With its imposing waterfall defenses, Wano is a natural fortress that neither the Navy nor the world government can easily reach. We see all of I guess these are Orochi's followers specifically listening to him. If we expand with more weapons factories and turn the populace of the flower capital into a labor source, then it will transform into a lawless land that all manner of pirates around the world will call paradise. Orochi turns to him and snaps, Kaido, wait a moment! The flower capital is my territory! Who do you think allowed you to make all those And just then, Kaido with a knife, with just a knife, chops off Orochi's head. Okay. Uh, and the minions all freak out. Huh? Eek! Whoa! And Orochi, falls to the ground, decapitated. Shogun Orochi. That's the I don't remember his name, but the head ninja guy with the really long ears. And Big Mom just laughs, ma ha ha ha. I think is that the first time she's changed from her mama laugh into a ha ha laugh. If so, this seems kind of significant, given how much of a focus One Piece calls onto each individual character's laughter. I don't know. Anyway, the concerns of the Kurozumi clan and the Kozuki clan mean nothing to us. And he slams his fist on the cross where Momonosuke is still hung up. Which, I'm curious what that means. Does that mean he's not going to kill Momo? I mean, he might anyway. He just doesn't give a damn. You have 5 seconds to choose. Followers of Orochi. And Luffy notices Momo. Huh? Hey, that's Momo! Momo! And Yamato stops him. Hey, don't shout! Ah! Whoa! And it looks like Luffy crashes through the attic somehow in that moment. Ah! And he falls amid all the henchmen or whatever. Some other henchmen all kind of are still focused on Orochi's death. He just killed Shogun Orochi. But why? They've been allies for years and years. Make your choice now, samurai. Join us and be pirates. Or fight us now and die. We are turning this country into a pirate empire in preparation for the coming world war. We're ranging out for more proper raids. Tonight, Onigashima becomes the flower capital. And he picks up the bloody knife. We see a samurai mask that might be... It reminds me of Kiku's mask, but that doesn't make any sense here. Becomes the flower capital. Wano will be no more. And we see the brutalized Momo. Instead, there will be only new Onigashima, and its shogun shall be my son, Yamato. And now... now Yamato, both... So apparently Luffy's already been running towards him after seeing Momo, because Luffy has no self-control. And now Yamato joins in the chase. Look, there's Yamato! Not even for a second, stupid dad! And Luffy calls back to him, hey, show me the way, they're gonna kill Momo! Someone call the Toei Roppo! Next chapter hits August 2nd. Alright, so as I've only vaguely laid out before, my problems with recent One Piece chapters have very much been their very scattered nature. They'll cover 5 or 6 scenes, each one of them getting 2 or 3 pages. It is not enough to really... a lot of... Each scene has a very little thing, very small thing happen to it. We get a quick glimpse of, Nami going through the brothel with her gang, and Big Mom chasing Chopper. And that's all we get out of them for the whole chapter. And then we cut to later, and Big Mom is chasing Nami now, and she's ignoring Chopper and the gang. And then we even get a little bit of that this week with Chopper, with Nami and Carrot being seen defeated, without really any indication of that happening. Just because I guess we needed to move on with time or something. I don't know. But for the most part, we don't get that here. Besides that one bit with Nami I said earlier, because there are really 2 scenes the entire chapter. There's, the Scabbards versus Kanjuro, and there's Kaido's speech. And admittedly, we have a little bit of a scene with Luffy and Yamato, but that flows really, smoothly into Kaido's speech, so it feels like it's really one and the same scene. But yeah, so let's just focus on those 2 things as individual segments. The Kanjuro thing is really fun. It's not, world shattering, but it's nice to see Kiku do things. Nice to see all the Scabbards do things, but where Kiku stands first and human being second around here. But yeah, also, just I hope we get. I hope this doesn't do some of the fights we've kind of been seeing tease, where they don't end up really going anywhere, just because there's a lot of drama to be mined between between the Scabbards and Kanjuro. Because, they have this bond that's, especially in the ones who stayed behind, lasted for 20, 30, 40 years now. I forget how much time is between the Scabbards meeting and Odin's death, but I think it's around 20 years. So, that's a deep bond that Kanjuro revealed was just all a sham to him. And so hopefully we really get to see them all, they didn't really get a chance to deal with that because they learned that as they were going into the final battle. But hopefully, as, they're actually fighting Kanjuro right now, they'll get to actually, start to, sorry, I'm very tired. I've been doing a lot of work today. But, where was I? Get to we'll get to the depths of their feelings on Kanjuro. My thought process fully ran out of steam there. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, then we have the Kaido section, where he kills Orochi, which certainly simplifies what we need to do this arc. And the more this arc goes on, specifically now that Kaido and Big Mom have announced their plans to claim the One Piece, which has always kind of been their plans, but they're now actually going to start directly moving towards that, the more I think that Kaido and Big Mom are not going to be done this arc. The idea that they're setting up someone going directly for the One Piece, and then they're just going to fall in another 15, 20 chapters, seems like that's not going to happen. Especially in a series as famously slow-moving as One Piece. Also, they're going after the ancient weapons, which will hopefully give us some clarity onto what the third ancient weapon is, and also bring back Shirahoshi into the cast. Because, she is one of the ancient weapons. There's also still some mysteries going around as what exactly happened with Zeus. When Nami appears, she calls out Zeus's name, implying that maybe we lost Zeus. That would kind of be a shame, because it was kind of a fun power-up idea for Nami that if we lost Zeus, never really went anywhere. But yeah, beyond all that, we know that we eventually find out he, kills Orochi, as I said earlier, offers a place for all of his servants to join his side, to become samurai. To become pirates. Sorry, my brain is just frying. Somewhere in the last 5 minutes, I hit the point where I have no more coherent thoughts. So, real sorry, guys. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, and he wants to make Yamato the shogun, something Yamato very much does not want. And I love the fact that that Yamato just hates the idea of being the shogun so much. So yeah, now Yamato and Luffy are running to confront Kaido directly, which will probably not end Kaido's role as antagonist, but at the very least, sorry, I had hiccups earlier, now they're coming back. Fuck. Everything is crashing down around me. I'm so sorry about the end of this video, you guys. Anyway, hopefully that will lead to the end of the arc. I'd say for this video, hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe. Or, do whatever makes you happy, And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye.